Did you guys ever feel stuck? You feel like you know so much and still you just cannot get where you want to get, and you get easily influenced from other side, from the outside world. And I know the feeling because I feel like that, especially in today's lifetime, you know what I mean? Because we had more time than we ever had, that we really used it right. We could have learned so much more. We have learned a bit of other stuff, but it just feels like it's just more and more and more of stuff we don't really need. So how do we find the balance between all this? So I thought, how can I explain the most difficult thing in the most easy way? Now, one thing that is very complex is us and where we are and how we function and how things function. It's not as simple as we thought, and it's definitely not as simple as we've been taught. We are way more complex and way more interesting in that same sentence. Now, in myself, you have to explain the egg and the chicken, which one comes first. So what I try to do here is try to explain to you guys a lot of information that builds a solid test, but I cannot explain it all in one go. I need to break it down, but actually it's still one thing, if that makes sense. So you guys have to sort of, the ones who are watching, thank you very much for watching. Just be patient with yourself, be patient with me, watch all the videos and then try it. The only way we know if something works or not is not by just reading it or thinking we understand it, it's by trying it, by doing it. But this will give you a bit more information why we feel and why we're so stuck. Because there's something inside us that nobody really addressed, that will not make you go forward. You know, how many times did you guys have read something or listen to something or went to some, watch some videos, feeling all really good, but then you go out in the real world and before you know it, your day is the same again. You're like, how did I end up? Or even addiction. I mean, I tried to stop a lot of addiction myself. It's not that easy, even if you want to do it, even if you know it's bad for you. So what I have sort of worked out for is myself, worked out what I can explain to you guys is myself as a wheel. You get spikes and you got the tire outside. This wheel needs to move. If we don't make this structure strong enough, the wheel cannot go forward. It's just going to stay in one place, and we're thinking we're a wheel, we're thinking we're supposed to go somewhere, but we are not going anywhere if we not make those things strong. Now, if we can make these things strong, the spikes, we still need the outside rubber, because otherwise without the rubber, the tire, it's going to be a really rough ride forward. And what I'm going to explain to you guys is we need to understand this whole principle about this thing, this wheel, before we can move forward. And I break it down in 7 pieces. So I will quickly go through them, but please, this is not a video to explaining them, this is a video to introduce them to them. But I will make videos after that. But please, be patient again with myself and with yourself. Watch all of them and try it. So here we go. So foundation is super important. Why I explain it, why we will touch on foundation is because we cannot continue building if the foundation is not right, in a nutshell. We get confused with that part. Why are we so easily accept things? Before we know it, we really easily accept things. We cannot see that, but we will say to our friends, I can't believe you do that, I can't believe you let that happen to you, I can't believe like that person talks to you like that. But when they look at their own life, they can't see that they also accept things they shouldn't accept. The importance of reference is so important to me, because reference is a beautiful thing. It gives us a clue. Reference not in books, but in real life. Books are great, but they need to be lived. If you cannot take that book's knowledge and live it, it's almost pointless. It's good to get information because it helps us forward. So reference is really important, and we need to get reference. So what I'm going to do is with the reference, I will share my own reference stories. I will share loads of things that I believe we can use as reference. And again, go and find it, go and see it. The whole world, everywhere around us, is some sort of reference about life. Even nature has so much answer about life. We just miss it. Why now? Why suddenly now? Why suddenly now that everybody wants to think they are the smart ones and they can do all the things, they have all the knowledge and all that kind of stuff? It's a important question. I mean, here I stand and trying to explain something to you guys. You know, do I even know what I'm talking about? You know, what does make me special and why now? So we will touch that subject because I think it's quite important to understand that time has changed and we need to change with it. And why, like, and again, you know, like, why, like 100 years ago, 50 years ago, you know, we all had information, but we didn't really do something. And now suddenly something has happened now. So again, it's actually interesting. Then we're gonna start to ask some really powerful questions. Because there's power in really good questions. It's how you answer them that sometimes changes it a little bit, but with good questions, it does open up the awareness about loads of things. And the good questions will sort of support all these things as well. So why is change so difficult? So after, you know, we will have a good foundation, we will know why we accept things, we can change that, we have good reference, excellent, we know why we need to do it now, it's time. We ask some powerful questions, we're like, yeah, I understand it, boom! We cannot change. Like, why is change so difficult? And I have a really nice way to explain that as well. Then we're gonna talk about the bodyguard. That one is really my passion to get through to people. Because the good thing about that, what makes me so excited, in my heart, in my body, in my mind, everywhere, is if we can nail it, if I can explain it to you guys and you can understand it, if I can really do a good job in explaining that, we will look at people different. You will look at people like you never have looked at somebody before. It will change the way we look at people, feel about people, and even ourselves. We will understand ourselves better. We will love ourselves. We will stop hating ourselves. We will understand exactly why we do things, why we don't think things, and how we can change it. This will be a game changer. A game changer for us, for myself, for you guys, even for the world. If we can change that one thing. And you'll be able to see that in people before we can see it in ourselves. But it's super excited in the sense of, just imagine we see ourselves different. Just imagine we finally can understand ourselves, why we do the things. Just imagine yourself, we can finally overcome things we tried to overcome for years. And if we can overcome it ourselves, that's yours to claim. If you get it from somebody else, you are sort of born to that person knowledge. This I've been explained in a way that you can do it yourself. You don't need anybody else except yourself. There's loads and loads of information about that, a little bit, but not quite said like this, but that is. And I always say, for me, I don't try to redesign the wheel. There's people out there who know more than me, who are wonderful at what I do. They have wonderful knowledge. What I'm trying to do is try to just simplify that knowledge and to make it sure that how can we make all that knowledge really go into us so we can actually start using it, not just thinking about it, not just know about it, but genuinely start understand it and start to use it. And that is blocking us. We will not go anywhere if we cannot understand that and overcome that. So I'm very excited to start the next videos. And yeah, remember, be patient with yourself, with myself. Get it all together first, so we can first really understand what we're talking about, really understand making room, and then we go to the bodyguard and we nail it, and then we get the move finally. Cool. Thanks for watching.